Hi, welcome to my show, Kelly's Insights. This is my first video on YouTube, so it may not be perfect, but I'm just starting out. And today's subject or slash topic is Asperger's. And what are the signs of it? Is a person can be socially withdrawn from other people, and they can appear to be socially aloof and very odd behavior and immature for their age. And like with women, sometimes they could be more masculine, or with guys, they could be more feminine personalities and have people question their sexuality, which 9 times out of 10, it isn't so. So, Asperger's is one of the most misunderstood developmental disorders. I myself have Asperger's. I didn't diagnose myself until 10 years ago. Up until 10 years ago, I didn't know what that was. I've always heard of autism, but all my life, I used to think autism was like Rain Man. And I'm like, I'm no Rain Man. I'm too high functionable. I could drive a car, hold a job. I've lived on my own. I've had social relationships, boyfriends. I have a daughter that's almost 13 years old. I've done a lot of things. I've even attended college. So I had 3 years worth of college. And my major was art. Then I was going to be an art teacher. And then I had to figure out, can I handle teaching? So I get a job at a daycare called Sunshine House, and I was in the after school program where I worked with kids from age 3 to 8 years old, and I had 30 kids to myself, and that was hell. Yeah. But getting back on topic, people misunderstand you. Your family doesn't understand you. They think you're odd. You feel like an alien out of space, especially when you go to school. You're picked on and bullied. Everybody thinks you're weird. Some people might think you're retarded, and that's not true. Some people, they might think you're a dork. The biggest problem about having Asperger's is you're misunderstood. People can't understand, well, why are you high functionable one way and low functionable in another way? I don't get it. I mean, if you can do this and that, why can't you hold a job? Why? Because with some people, a job could overstimulate a person, which it has understimulated me when I was younger. I mean, doing the job, the logic of it, simple. Half of it was like self-explanatory. I've had all kinds of jobs. But, at least I tried. And now I'm self-employed, which is nice. I have my own schedule. And getting back to the family misunderstanding you, they'll think you're lazy, they'll think you're crazy, they'll think you're stupid, or they just think you're an oddball, and they think you're immature for your age, and they don't understand why you are not like everybody else. Even though at the same time, you are like everybody else. You want the things like everybody else. But at the same time, you're different than people that are your age and your gender. You're in your own unique world. And it's not like, your mind is in left field. It's just that you're so tuned in with your own thoughts. And it's hard to keep track of reality because your mind is like a three-ring circus. One side you're thinking happy thoughts, the other side you're thinking negative thoughts, and then in the middle you're thinking logical thoughts, trying to figure things out. At least that is what my symptoms. But when you know one person with Asperger's, you only know one. If you know 5, you only know 5. There are no 2 people or 10 people are alike. Look at Temple Grandin. The difference between me and her is that she has a more severe form of autism, in my opinion, by watching her movie, which, by the way, I recommend that. Watch that movie with Temple Grandin. So she was more socially awkward, more than I am. And she didn't like socializing. She didn't like social events. She dressed a certain way to her liking, which she does to this day. And she was always very quirky. But she's extremely intelligent. She went to college, majored, I think, in animal science. She has a wonderful mother that was exceptionally supportive, where most parents were not supportive of that situation in her generation. Not even in my generation, and I'm Generation X. I don't even think so much with millennial generation. Maybe some. It wasn't until later years people started being supportive of with that. And now Generation Z gets more support than previous generations. And with me, the difference between me and Temple Grandin is that I am more sociable, but I wasn't born sociable. I was very isolated as a teenager. I wasn't sociable. I didn't know how to socialize, and it made me feel crappy. And people thought I was stuck up and weird, and it hurt because I wanted to be sociable. But I learned how to be sociable in my entire adult life. And each year I got better and better. But some people are not able to master that. I have plenty of friends that are in similar situation as me, and they're still introverts. But each person is different. So on that note, if I leave out anything in this video, I will do a part 2 eventually, and possibly a part 3 of this topic. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe.